Tyler, as you prepare for Kansas State and consider that you're 3-0 for a second consecutive year, what makes the two teams different from last year's 3-0 to this year's 3-0?
Well, we gotta play last year and learn from the rest of the season, and take that and improve going into this next season. So being 3-0 is awesome. At the end of the day, right? It's a long season, and we got plenty of games ahead of us. And so really, it's just making sure that week by week we're ready for each game.
I've heard several of your teammates talk about the camaraderie, the chemistry, the love being on another level compared to where it was last year. Not saying that last year was bad per se, but that just it has leveled up this year and it's a different feeling. Could you touch specifically on what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. We we spent a lot of time working in the off season, not just in the weight room, not just in the film room and on the field. Um, Guys spent a lot of time getting to know their teammates better. Um, Guys spent a lot of time with their teammates. Uh, Overall, that has helped our general team chemistry, right? When you know guys around you and you know their story, you know where they're from, it means more, right? You're gonna play harder for that guy next to you when you truly feel a connection with him. You know what I mean? That actual brotherly bond versus just playing on the same field, if that makes sense.
Great stuff. Tyler Batty is on BYU Sports Nation. Before we turn the page specifically to Kansas State and what their offense is going to try and do against what has been a very good BYU defense, I would like to rewind to the Wyoming game. Now that you have seen the film and you watched it back a few times, how would you rate what the defense did against the Cowboys?
We did okay. There were some good things, there were some bad things. There's definitely some stuff to improve and learn on. I think at the same time, like I said, we did do some good stuff, right? We got out of a lot of drives. We are able to get the ball back to our offense. And so overall, I think it was an okay performance. Definitely some good motivation headed into this weekend to iron out those wrinkles to make sure we're ready for K-State.
Okay, let's talk about Kansas State now because they have one of the most dynamic dual threat quarterbacks in the country in Avery Johnson. He's a very good runner. BYU and you and the defense have seen some pretty good runners, notably Kevin Jennings from SMU. So how is Avery Johnson at this early stage of the week different than some of the other running quarterbacks you have played against?
Yeah, like you said, he's a true dual threat, right? He can throw the ball well, he can run the ball well, and he executes their offensive scheme really well, right? He's very much in control out on that field. For us, it really just comes down to trying to take him out of the game, not literally, but just schematically make sure that he's accounted for, and make sure that there's eyes on him, so he can't get out and potentially pick up all those yards with his legs.
What's the key, generally speaking, to keeping a quarterback from being able to break to the outside? Because again, to your point, it's where he seems the most dangerous. So how do you game plan for that to try and keep him in the pocket?
Leverage him, right? Keep leverage on that quarterback. And then when you have an opportunity to hit him and hit him hard, that's what it comes down to.
Well, you've been known to do that a time or two, specifically against SMU. I think Mr. Jennings might still be feeling that one. But the physicality of the defense is notable as well, Tyler. And much attention has been paid to strength and conditioning. And you and I have talked about this before, but let's double down here. What exactly did the strength and conditioning staff do to help guys actually become bigger, stronger, and faster that we are seeing on the field now?
Yeah, that's great. Everything that we did in the off-season was deliberate and intentional, right? So the strength staff really broke it down and said, hey, look, you're a freshman. We need to get you bigger, and we need to get you stronger. So that's what we're gonna focus in on right now. We're gonna pump you full of volume. We're gonna put some heavy weight on your back as you can start to, adjust and take that. Versus guys in my position, right? Where, hey, we've played 3-4 years of college football. We kind of know the toll it takes. We've developed that strength, that baseline strength. We need to focus on you guys being powerful and fast, right? And so they did. They put us into little separate buckets of really what we needed to hone in on and improve on. And then we just did that all off season. And so as you can tell, it's paying dividends.
At this juncture, and again, it's only 3 games, what is BYU's defense doing best right now?
That is a good question. Ooh, that is a really good question. I think there's a couple things that we are doing well. I think the best thing that we're doing right now is playing fast and physical, and guys are rallying to the ball. I would say that is, and in any given moment, there's typically 4, 5, 6 dudes around a ball carrier, and that makes a big difference.
Now let's be nitpicky. On the other side, where can BYU's defense improve the most after 3 games?
There's always mistakes, right? There's always issues with execution, and that's where that comes in. Is we just, if we can be 100% on our assignments and execution, then theoretically we should give up no points. So that's the direction we want to head in.
Yeah, we'll finish with 2 more questions. One is after Keelan Marion's touchdown return on the kickoff, I saw a video of you where you're heavily involved there. You're very excited about this, Tyler. What did that mean to you to see Keelan take that one back to the house?
Dude, it meant everything. It's something we've been working on for well over a year now. You know what I mean? We've had a couple get called back. And so to finally have one successful, you know what I mean? There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that have went into that. And, the guys, you can just see it on film. You turn on the tape and guys are just playing their guts out for him and playing their guts out for our return team. So it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the team. Everyone was really stoked about that.
Okay, last one. This is probably going to make you think a little bit too, because I'm a car guy, you're a car guy. We appreciate quality German engineering specifically.
That's right.
If you were to compare BYU football to a car right now,
ooh,
what car would BYU be at this moment? Not saying you can't become something even better, but what car are you right now?
Maybe we're looking at like a, just a base level Porsche 911, right? We're not quite to the turbo status yet. You know what I mean? We need to get there. We're close. But things are operating how they should. We just need a little bit more oomph to really become great. And so that's where the turbos kick in. So I'd say we're kind of a base level 911. We need to up it a little bit more before we get those turbos.
Listen, I'll take a base Porsche 911 any day of the week, brother. But I await the turbo. I look forward to that. We appreciate the time, man. Best of luck to you. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma, and we can't wait to watch you play under the Saturday night lights.
Thanks, Spencer.